Leo, this is your energy check-in love reading. We're tuning into the person on your mind or your current situation and the energy unfolding for you right now. Let's see what wants to come through. Clear messages, advice, and guidance for my Leos, please. All right, Leo, your energy, the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, beautiful. She's one of my favorites. Independent, basically having everything you need but love. We have the person, your person's energy, the Five of Cups in reverse. All right, they're viewing you as the Moon in reverse, Cancer, Pisces energy. What you're not seeing is the Queen of Swords. And the final outcome, we see the Knight of Wands in reverse. Okay, so don't rush into anything here. I kind of feel, Leo, you have somebody that wants to heal things with you. But I kind of feel like you're in a place where you know your worth and your value. You're happy on your own. You're independent. I mean, you may want love or want partnership. But you've also gotten to a point where you're really discerning with this Nine of Pentacles about the energy that you allow into your life. And this definitely feels like it's somebody that wants back in. All right, with the Ace of Pentacles. So we have the Ace of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles. So that's a beautiful, successful energy here. Some of you, you're on your way to success in work, in love. But I feel like you have some serious reservations here about this person. They definitely want to heal things with you, but you may be questioning whether or not they're emotionally available. And with the Queen of Swords, I do think this person is sometimes a little bit more head over heart. And my Leos, like you're all heart. So it's like a question of compatibility. Do you want reconciliation, or do you want something new? Are you ready for something new, something different? Okay. The Nine of Pentacles, again, this is a beautiful, healthy energy. Venus and Virgo, it's telling me you're looking good, you're feeling good. You know, you're not afraid to be on your own. You're not looking for anybody else to like complete you or make you happy. All right, so you're in a really high vibration, and you know what your standards are here as well. All right, Hierophant, and you want real compatibility, real connection. Taurus energy, you want something solid, stable, secure, and long-lasting. All right, you're viewing this person as the Two of Pentacles in reverse. So you may already know that this person has made a decision to come back around. Maybe they've already sent you that message, or maybe you just intuitively, you're really picking up on this person wanting to invest in this connection, seeing a potential for a new beginning here with you. All right. And you're viewing the relationship as the Five of Pentacles, but like something is missing, or something here has been disappointing. Some of my Leos, you may have even felt alone within this connection before. And we see the Justice card, but this is somebody that wants to make it up to you, somebody that doesn't want to lose you, somebody that wants this connection to be brought into balance. And I do think you're kind of two minds here, Leo. Not kind of, you are of two minds here, because, you know, it feels like there's already been a disappointment here. All right, so let's keep going. Let's see what your oracle cards have to say. Some of you, you're still kind of, you're open, where you may not have been. I kind of feel like this is a connection that was disappointing, or, you know, you felt lonely within the connection, or they weren't meeting you where you are. They weren't, you know, investing in this connection. You didn't feel like they were as emotionally available. And I feel like a lot of my Leos, something shifted, you know, like you didn't imagine this shift, and even how you feel about this person. So some of you, you are like, you know what, I kind of want to see what else is out there. That Nine of Pentacles, she's looking out at all her other options. Okay. So we see a rare gem. See, you're recognizing that you're a rare breed. Don't waste your energy trying to convince anyone of it. They're not supposed to understand you. And you know, you may have been in that energy for a little bit here, but whatever has happened in this connection, Leo, it's like you're not doing that anymore. And you're like, you know, I don't need to do that. Some of you are like, who was that? What was I doing? Why was I doing that? All right. And some of you never felt that way, but I do get like some of you are like, you wanted this. You wanted this, you were into this, but then there was this disappointment, or they weren't emotionally available, or they weren't showing up for you, or something like that. And you're on the path to mastery, so you're stepping into a new expanded consciousness that you will soon master, because Leos, you've up-leveled. Something here has shifted within you. Your energetic signature has shifted, and you're no longer, trying to convince anyone, chase anyone, hold on to anyone. Like, you've channeled this energy into you. You're independent, you're self-assured. You know you don't need anyone, but Spirit's saying accept your blessings, Leo. Believe that the door of abundance is waiting for you. The clearer the goals, the quicker you'll get there. So you definitely have blessings coming in, but I also feel like, we see all of these different little orbs and stars. You have options coming towards you. And there's a reason to celebrate here. So Spirit's saying, Leo, stop finding holes in your success or a reason to undermine it. You deserve to celebrate yourself and your accomplishments. All right, yeah. And you deserve to be celebrated. Some of you, this person wasn't gassing you up. They weren't building you up. They weren't celebrating your successes with you. And that can be so, detrimental for a relationship here. So with the 5 of Cups in reverse, I do feel like this person may not be as emotionally available as you kind of need in a relationship. But I see that this person does want to heal things. We do see them wanting to bring things into balance here. Okay, the Devil in reverse. Yeah, this person may have been also cleaning up their side of the street if bad habits or addictions were affecting this connection. There has been some sort of transformation, Capricorn energy. Some of you, if work was an issue, like your work schedules weren't lining up, or that work hours were too high or too busy, and you weren't getting the attention that you need for a healthy relationship, I feel like that's shifted for them. This person may be feeling foolish, Aries energy. I feel like this person, I don't know if they've gotten sober or they've realized, like, with this pause or this breakup, like that they acted foolishly. They acted like an idiot. They acted impulsively. They acted childish. They're seeing that and regretting it for sure. And the Ace of Pentacles, and they're realizing they could have missed out on a huge opportunity with someone who's super high value, Leo. So the Moon in reverse, this person is starting to see things clearly. I think their ego was getting in the way as well, Leo. So but they're starting to see you. They're starting to see this connection clearly. All right, we see the 10 of Pentacles. Yep, because you're in the 9 of Pentacles energy. They realize you don't need them. You don't need this. That, in fact, this relationship may have been holding you back, right? And the 6 of Wands, because they're seeing you successful. They're seeing you getting a lot of attention. They're seeing your glow up. They're seeing you make more money. Like, whatever it is, it's like they're seeing you just fine on your own. And they're realizing, I acted like an idiot here. Okay, or childishly, or, I didn't have my, my bad habits under control. And the Page of Pentacles. So they're hoping that you're going to be open to some sort of new beginning, but they also know that you're not going to go into anything blindly. But they also see you, Page of Pentacles, is like on a new healthy journey, Leo. And, they know that they're going to have to be able to match that energy, or, sayonara, ciao, adios, right? So we see the 7 of Cups. Your person is feeling a bit confused. I feel like they're daydreaming about you. I feel like they're, imagining the good and the bad, okay? And I do think that they are trying to manifest you back. They're most likely dreaming about you or daydreaming about you. But they're also very worried that they've missed this opportunity. So let's see. Clear messages, advice, and guidance. What do we need to know about this person? Okay, dilettante. So they delight in the arts without having to be a professional. Alerts you to the danger of becoming superficial in your pursuits. So again, this person is somebody who's most likely very interesting. They have a lot of interests and hobbies. They're probably quite social. So there's a lot to like there. But we see exacting appreciation and recognition for the help you offer. Some of you, this person, I feel like their ego got in the way. And I don't know if they were playing this tit for tat game, or they were like, I've done enough for you, Leo. It's just this weird energy. I'm not saying that this person is a bad person, but I kind of feel like they may have ignored your wants, your needs, or your desire, like any other person, to have support within a relationship. I don't think they were giving it to you. All right. And all right, so let's see how they're viewing you. So I can see why this is a little bit triggering for you, because there's a lot to like about this person, but then there's also been this disappointment. And I think, Leo, it feels like there have been things that you've seen that you can't quite unsee. All right. So we have servant energy, delights in serving others with a free and loving heart. So they see that you're a good person. Most likely you gave and maybe even overgave to this person. And if that's the case, Leo, because Leos are loving, giving, you love hard, you love deep, and you were probably nurturing this person. You were probably very loving to this person. And I feel like they may have kind of taken that for granted. All right, but they're realizing here, and the Knight energy, they see you as loyal, romantic, chivalrous. So it's like you did nice things, you tried to keep things sexy, romantic, you were kind, you acted right. I think this person's ego got in the way, or their insecurities showed up. That's what I'm getting. I really do. All right. It's like frustrating me a little bit on your behalf, because it feels like you did everything right here. And then you still felt like it wasn't enough, or you still felt like they weren't, giving back, or they weren't supportive of you. All right, so what we're not seeing, the Queen of Swords. This person has been doing a review. This person has been, or is coming into alignment here. They want to communicate. They really want to communicate. They want to manifest you. They want to come towards you. Yep, after walking away. I mean, this person may have walked away from you, or you've walked away from them, but they're hoping that you two can move towards 10 of Cups together. And we get the 3 of Cups in reverse, but they're not sure. They're not sure that this is going to lead to reunion. Some of you, there may have been an ex or some sort of third party that got in the way, or gossip, but more so, I just feel like this person doesn't want you out dating. They're realizing that, somebody else can swoop you up in a heartbeat. The 3 of Cups in reverse can also be like they're not sure that they're going to get their wish fulfillment, which is reconciliation. Now, the Knight of Wands, some of my Leos, you may be a little bit triggered by this, because you're like, why did it take this long? Or, why did I have to cut you off, for you to, to see my worth and my value. That's really frustrating. I'm hearing, I know this is really weird, but it popped up on one of my playlists while I was cleaning the other day, and it was a Selena Gomez song, I Needed to Lose You to Love Me, I think. I mean, that's not exactly the message here, but anyway, I just kind of heard that song, but I kind of feel like they needed to lose you to, not for you to love yourself, but in order to see, everything that you were giving them, everything you were offering them. Strong sabotage energy here, Leo. The 7 of Pentacles, so be patient, review the past, this might feel really good. It might be something even that some of my Leos want, even though I do think you're kind of pulled in different directions. But the 7 of Pentacles is like, don't also forget about what happened here. All right. And how this connection made you feel emotionally drained. Like there's a reason you walked away here, Leo. And we see the 3 of Swords, maybe because of third party interference, but also because I feel like at some point my Leos, whether this was a short-lived relationship or a longer one, there was a sense of betrayal, because it feels like you really gave. Like I said, you tried to keep things sexy, you were loyal, you were loving, you were supportive, and it's like you didn't really get that in return. But we have the Knight of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sag energy, but they're coming in hot, they're coming in fast. Now, they have done some serious review, and they have done, that Devil in reverse tells me they are cleaning up their side of the street, which is really beautiful for them, right? And some of my Leos, it's what you need to see in order to give this person a chance. But for others of my Leos, I feel like you're like, I gave you more than one chance, or I gave you your shot. And I don't want to go back to like walking on eggshells, or I don't want to go back to feeling like somehow I'm not enough, when you know that like you're the bee's knees here. And I'm not just saying that, it's like you're showing up as like really powerful, loving, loyal, sexy, romantic, successful energy here. And, you know, it's like this person is seeing that now, but they are definitely feeling foolish, and they're seeing that they acted foolishly here. All right, so let's see what else we need to know. We have daydreaming. So this person is daydreaming, fantasizing about you. All right, we see always fighting, but there may have been fighting, bickering, and arguing. There may have been some ego clashes here, Leo, and most likely because you're in a really powerful, independent energy. And that may have really triggered this person, and not so much like triggered them just for the sake of triggering it, but I feel like because it reflected back at them like what they don't like about themselves or what they're not doing. Okay, because I'm getting that you're very driven. This person is still not over you, and they are going to come in with flirtatious messages. Now, with the Knight of Wands in reverse, again, that might, you know, some of my Leos, you may like that, a little bit of attention. But I feel like a lot of you, too, it's going to kind of piss you off a little bit. Like, really? Like, that's how you're coming towards me? All right? Like, I'm getting, like, a little bit, like, worked up here. But I also feel of two minds, because like I said, I do think there's a lot to like about this person, but I also think there's a lot to look at how they actually treated you or how they reacted in the connection. And some of you, they walked away from you. All right, so let's see what else we need to know. This person was emotionally guarded. I do see that. They definitely are coming off as emotionally unavailable. They love to go out, all right, and best friends. Some of you were friends first, okay? Some of you were friends first, and it moved into a romantic relationship, and it may not have worked out the way that, you know, you were planning or they were planning. Some of you, they're realizing that they just lost their best friend, or they potentially lost their best friend and lover. We see financially stable showing up in reverse. So it's like, I feel like this person is on their way to financial stability, or they're mostly financially stable. All right, let's see what else we need to know. What else do we need to know for my Leos, please? What else do we need to know? All right, everything happens for a reason. So what has happened between the two of you is for a reason. Now, it can be for a huge wake-up call for you, for them, to come back together even stronger, more in alignment. But for others of you, because it may be that you are meant to look elsewhere. Okay, forgiving yourself or another will help you move forward with this person or on your own. You and this person don't share the same vision. You're not exactly on the same page. I don't think you have the same work ethic, okay, and first and foremost. But anyway, and we see go slow. But whatever it is that you decide to do here, Leo, take your time getting to know this person. Now, this is a destined partnership, or it was meant to happen. You were meant to experience this, okay? So, you know, there's no wasted time or effort. All right, let's see. What does this person want to say to my Leos? What does this person want to say to my Leos? I daydream about a life with you. Double confirmation. They certainly do. They do now. And I want to be more than friends. So some of you, I don't know if you friend zoned this person. I don't know if this person was your friend and you tried to make it more, or I just think they're missing your friendship. I mean, and the other stuff. I knew exactly what I was doing. I think this person thought that the way they acted or they behaved was going to work with you. And maybe it had worked on other people, but no. No, it didn't. Because you're evolved. You're evolved, and you're much more aligned. All right, so what does this person want to say to you that they might not be able to articulate? What does this person want to say to my Leos that they might not be able to articulate? All right, I just have to do something else right now. Please try and understand. So this person, I feel like they checked out, okay? Or they walked away, or they checked out, or they stopped communicating, or something like that. They needed to get right, okay? And I know you're right, but I needed to come to my own conclusions. Again, I get a bit of ego energy. I get pushback from this person. Like they didn't want to take your advice. And they may have been like, oh, you're bossing me around, or oh, you're demanding, or oh, you think you know everything. But I don't know why it's like really bothering me, because it feels like, Leo, like they know that you were right. They know you acted right. You didn't do anything wrong here, right? I'm not saying, nobody's perfect, but the energy I'm getting is like you did everything right, and this person still acted like a fool. Okay, and we see you've been in my dreams, so they've been dreaming about you, Leo. So I think it's going to be a big decision for some of my Leos here, whether or not you're going to give this person another shot. I mean, they are trying to manifest you. They have made some changes. They've had some sort of realization here. All right, let's see what their future actions here are towards you. All right, the Nine of Wands. So they still hold a torch for you. They're the wounded warrior. That they've been hurt by their own actions here. Queen of Swords. They are still a little bit defensive, a little bit, I don't want to say resentful, but like they're realizing here, like the past, that they're kind of stuck in the past. They're still applying those old paradigms from other relationships that were most likely dramatic, chaotic, unhealthy to this connection. We see them coming in for victory, and we see the Queen of Cups. So expect an emotional outpouring here. The Ten of Wands, they really need to get something off their chest. They really do want a new beginning here with you. All right, so let's take a look at the grounded response. All right, what are this person's, what advice and guidance do we have for my Leos here? What advice and guidance do we have for my Leos, please, Spirit? Okay, allow space to speak. Silence can reveal more than pressure. Okay, so allow space to speak. I think that's exactly what you're doing. Hold your center, stay grounded. You can care without abandoning yourself. And I do think some of my Leos, you feel like, against your better judgment, you did kind of abandon yourself at times in this relationship. And I feel like you're like, what was I doing? Right? and that's okay, but forgive yourself, forgive others so you can move forward. Stay open but not attached. So you may want to hear what this person says. Some of you may want to preserve a friendship here if that's the case. And stay grounded. So stay grounded, stay grounded, stay grounded. And at the bottom of the deck, allow it to unfold. Natural timing can't be forced. Don't try to rush anything. All right? Just continue doing you, Leo. And the clarity will come to you about what to do here. All right, my lovely Leos, I'm going to leave it here, sending you love and light. Take care.